So, Professor Bafo Agyemang is a former governance advisor at the United Nations and a founding member of the Center for Democratic Development, CDD, Ghana. He joins me on Zoom. Prof, good evening to you. First of all, the president is talking about the Ghanaian people having faith in the Constitution 30 years on. You are one person who has held that it's time we look at aspects of the Constitution that does not reflect the current needs of the people. Would you agree that we should go on the path of a constitutional review?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The president call is a good call, but as usual, you don't expect politicians to go the full hog when it comes to the question of reforming the Constitution. The fact is that this Constitution has been resilient. The fact that we have been able to change governments from one party to the other, and for 30 solid years, we have had a very stable democracy. So the president is correct in saying that to some large extent, our democracy must be the envy of many other African countries. But having said that, he also acknowledges some very important, serious weaknesses, I should say, in the Constitution. He touched on just one of them, which is the election of MMDCs. Exactly. Correct. This has been a long-standing issue. Now, I think that is just one of the many issues that a serious review of the Constitution should really look at. Just one.
And the director Great. You were just outlining the next point, but you know, when the directive principles of state policy in this 1992 Constitution states that the most secure democracy is that which is able to meet the basic needs of its people. Is this Constitution meeting the basic needs of the Ghanaian people as we speak?
In my humble opinion, it does not. And I'll explain why I don't believe it does. For a constitution to meet the basic needs of the people, that constitution should be seen in action at the grassroots level. Democracy is best when it emerges from the bottom to the top. What we have today is a democracy that is literally a top-down democracy. So when the president talks about decentralization, which is close to my heart, I think a lot of people have been talking about that. That's why I say he hit the right chord by saying that there's a need for review, and he only highlighted a small aspect of the dying need for the review, which is electing MDCs. But you know, even if we elect them, it doesn't solve the problem, because you have to elect them with certain ancillary powers. Look, our Constitution centralizes so much power at the center, in this case, the executive. So it's not just electing these MDCs, but also ensuring that certain other laws are amended or introduced to empower the MDCs to become true agents of change at the grassroots. That's what we don't have. The system whereby a small village needing a 2-kilometer road in the bush will have to come all the way, will have to go all the way to Accra to plead with the minister, right, for a minister to go and construct a 2-kilometer road in the village to claim that we are building road. That is not what we want. I think the people at the grassroots should be empowered so that they can think and initiate development projects that meet their own basic needs. And the central government can be taking care of the bigger issues, paved roads, electricity, water that local people cannot provide. Those are the things we have to be looking at. So my point is that whilst I applaud the president for bringing this issue back to the debating table, right, we should be thinking seriously of how we truly bring this decentralization about so that the democracy can begin to work from the bottom to the upstairs.
Right. Professor Bafo Agyemang, I thank you very much for your time this evening. He's a founding member of the Center for Democratic Development, CDD. Portia.